It's Vincent, not Victor.
Oh, I knew what you meant.
I was like, I feel like I look like Vincent from Beauty and the Beast. And you were like, the one with Linda Hamilton?
Hey, you're not wrong. You've got a lot of hair.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 7, Episode 8.
Santa's School for Girls.
Well, so I've been meaning to say, I need to know, am I the only one who every time Ru, you're not gonna, but you out there, every time Ru says legendary legend star,
Yeah.
do you go into Katy Perry's Legendary Lovers?
Oh, I don't.
I think, I knew, because do you even know that one?
Nope.
No. It wasn't a single.
Okay.
She's a fake fan.
Whoa! First of all, I don't know that I'd ever
You're
call...
not a pop.
I don't know that I'd ever call myself a Katy Perry fan.
Sure
but
you would. We did a whole episode.
I like...
Harley's in Hawaii.
Sure. Also, it was not until like maybe the last 5 years that I started listening to entire albums. I used to just listen to the radio, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, I think it's the way that Ru does the legendary, because Katy does it. It's very the unconditionally.
Oh, unconditionally.
Yeah. So yeah, when I hula hula, he take me to the Jula Jula.
Oh boy.
Do you remember that one?
Vaguely.
Okay, Drag Race. No, I've been meaning to get that off my chest. I kind of don't know what to say. It's just good. It's just good. Everybody's good. Everything is good.
I love it. I'm having a lot of fun.
And you were like, I don't know how I'm going to watch like a regular season again.
Because you were right. We really liked season 6 of All Stars 2. And it was because it was, sort of similar to this. But it's like there's such a difference between queens that are like literally trying to claw their way onto the airwaves so that they can like potentially, maybe, hopefully have a career like Trixie Mattel at some point.
Well,
and
Willow Pill was like, yeah. I mean, I've gotten as far as I can get in. I mean, this is a subculture. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and she was like, if I don't win, then I'm done because there's nothing for me.
There's no more once you just like go home. And so it's like you have to really make your mark. But it's like these queens have all already made their mark. Like we know who all of them are. We've like seen all of them before. They all have already won their own season. And so it's like there's a lot less riding on it. They all keep making noise about how they like really need it and like I really want to win. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, of course you want to win, but like I don't think there's as much riding on it for them.
I think $200,000 is a lot. I think if it weren't for
money aside,
if it were just the title, I think they would be way more, because they're very chill as it is. Yeah. But it turns out that apparently our brand isn't reality TV, because I thought it was just about watching something, enjoying yourself, and it's not. It is War Peacock! We are being eaten alive on our Real Housewives coverage. It's like, it's insane. And so what I
and
enjoy...
then I'm just sitting out there like, do-do-do-do-do.
Well, what I enjoy about All Stars is so much of that, like...
The bullshit is way down.
Lowered. It's way down. And, the Untucked this week was just them... hanging out.
It was just nice. Even Vivian, who I would argue is the saltiest of the bunch, is like a Baby Ruth bar. It's like it's only a little salty.
We had Janicza. What?
Janicza Brown.
Janicza Brown.
She's amazing.
Beautiful.
So pretty. So talented. We loved Zola. It was.
We talked about it.
So uncomfortable and so awkward, but so funny. But she also was giving she was not phoning this in because it is a drag reality show. She was giving them real advice, acting advice.
It was good directing.
Yeah.
Because Evie was even like, she's sort of speaking my language. And sort of like, I think ultimately... this was not one of my... Well, the acting challenges are very hit or miss for me.
At least there weren't any fucking farts in this one.
We hated the Daytona
That
win.
was bad.
I just didn't really care for this one all that much. I think that Vivian was fantastic, but I liked what she was doing before. Like I liked what her sort of more original take on it was. Yeah. And I definitely think Jinx should have been the camel toe, Mrs.
The
Toe.
art teacher, yeah.
I think that would have suited more. Not that I think Monet was bad at it, but I think it was...
No, and in fact, she had the perfect outfit and wig for it. That she was art teacher all the way.
I love Evie's stringy blonde wig. Yeah. It's not the first time we've seen it. No. She used it for her Kellyanne Conway. Yeah. Like, it's just... I just love that it's like... Because she even said, it's like, I've never been like the pretty blonde girl, but I know how to make fun of her.
Yeah.
And I just love that that's her way of like taking her down a notch.
Just bad hair.
It's
just stringy hair.
Even the way that she does the makeup, like it was good. And you know, Jinx did a lot. I don't know that I fully thought it was.
I mean, I think she did what she could. I think she also was like just butthurt enough to like give it a lot of mustard and then be like, and I don't really care.
She's trying so hard, and I feel for her.
Yeah.
I feel for her because it's like she's trying to not get her feelings hurt.
Yeah.
But she gives me very Indigo Child energy, and it's hard to not to be that gracious.
You're right. Jinx, it is hard.
But it's weighing on her. It's getting to her. She's starting to crack.
She's like, how much longer do I have to keep this up?
And I really, really thought Raja excelled. And I think giving her, like she said, Nancy from The Craft and Lydia from Beetlejuice, I think giving her...
And they said like Rizzo energy.
That felt very in her wheelhouse and very sort of like, it wasn't like a uber... timely I'm trying to not call her old, but it was like they're like, here, you got this. Old.
It didn't feel like a stretch.
Mm-hmm. And then Trinity just had to do less.
Yeah.
You're doing too much. Do less.
Be dumber.
Do less. Yeah. Just be dumb. Trinity's another one. I like them all.
Yeah,
all.
Me too.
I swear to God, I just like all of them. So, but yeah, I even said,
I liked it better in this skit, but I'm still having an issue. First of all, I don't know why why Shea Coulee keeps choosing these roles, because she is always choosing the straight man role, or I guess they didn't choose their own roles tonight, but she's always getting the straight man role or the one who is like not yes-anding, and it's not working for me. Everybody else was like, you did so amazing, and like I think she did better than she did as the mama bear in the Goldilocks thing. But it's just like, why does she keep getting saddled with that role? I don't think it's nice or fair. I want to see her do something else, acting-wise.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite. I think she's stunning, and I love all her looks and everything, but I want to be able to see her do something else acting-wise. And apparently there's only 4 challenges left, so.
And 4 episodes left.
At least, yeah.
So not like 4 challenges and then a finale. Remember, they don't really do finales for All Stars.
Yeah, it's just like in the last episode.
So yeah, I said before they had announced it, I was like, I think that it's going to be Vivian and Raja.
And you were correct.
And they did, and they lip sync, and it was a good show. I mean, they were both
super freak.
They were both given it.
Yeah.
And Raja won, and she blocked Trinity.
She blocked Jada.
It's like the 3rd time I've done that. She blocked Jada, which makes sense.
Because Jada's the only one with 3.
Jada tried it. It was so funny.
Yeah.
It was so funny watching her sort of like try to make that
this
logic
gambit
work.
she keeps trying.
She basically was like, I've already won, so there's no point in even coming for me. You should be trying to fight amongst each other.
Yeah.
And it was a really good strategy.
It's a nice try. It's a nice try.
But it was great. I like Jada a lot. She is one of the queens that we watched live. And one of the things, because our particular brand of drag, we don't necessarily gravitate towards the pageant queens. And she is very much a pageant queen.
I think she's broken out of it a little at this point.
Well, that's the point I was getting to, is she does so much more. Yeah. And she brings so much. And she's just... enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like I just love, and one of our friends, Miss Brown, she like sang at her wedding.
Oh my God.
It was so amazing.
We watched her wedding video on Instagram and it was so pretty. I'm so jealous.
She's like actually as pretty as her picture. I was like, oh.
Your wife is so hot.
So anyways, yeah, I have a real fondness there. But so Vivian or Raja won, block Jinx.
Jada. We are staring down the barrel of such a packed weekend. We're trying so hard.
So I guess from there we can look at the runway. Did you have any other?
No, I really liked it. I mean, you know, like you said, the acting challenges can kind of go either way. And this one was mostly fine. I didn't hate it. It was like pretty silly, like they are. Like every once in a while they've been like actually good and hilarious. And this one was a little more in the middle for me. But yeah, I liked it. It was fine.
Also, phenomenal look from Ru.
It is absolutely stunning. It's like black IKEA bag fabric.
I didn't get that. That like burlappy, tarpy, burlappy. I didn't get that until you pointed it out. Like, and then I saw the fraying and I was like, oh my God, yeah. And this wig, the like two-tone blonde and the height and the width. I love so much. And then the red of the earrings and the red of
she's got red crystals on the inside of her eyes, and then it goes into black crystals for the rest of it, like just above the lash line, and then the red lip. Everything about it. It's great.
Because what did Michelle say? She even said something. She was like, you still look this good.
Yeah.
How was that?
After all these years.
So the runway was something knit.
Yeah.
I love this.
This is just it for me. This is my favorite one.
Well, is it really? I thought it might be, but I wasn't sure. When she came out, it's so all-encompassing.
Yeah.
It is exactly what you would expect in all of the best ways, like in all of the perfect ways. I love how something so big and bulky,
it still has a shape.
So much, but it carried so much glamour. Like it looked rich. Like it looks luxury. And the pockets,
not for nothing. That's expensive.
Sure.
If she said it's 100% wool, and that's huge fat wool, that's expensive.
But the pocket suit knit, like so much. The fact that it's so well, you were like a sweater dress, but that it so perfectly balances the train, her hair. I love the makeup, love the green, love the highlight. She does this like iridescent highlight. The knitting needles, it just like.
Because it almost makes her feel like the ball of yarn. And there's another two-tone blonde. The wig is very good. I don't know. I like it. I think it's great. I think it's also the most on theme.
That's what I mean. Where I was like, it's the most what you would expect in the best way.
Yeah.
Not in like a uninspired way. Like, like nailed it.
This is incredible.
What was the
I like said it a million times in my head.
Regardless.
It's a tribe, and because I think that's what the neck coil is from. But the whole thing is so fun. The leg warmers are incredible. All the different colors, because even the colors in the plaid of that wrap blanket thing she's got are like the same colors, but it's just so much fun. I think it's great.
Well, in the eye, I like pulled you out. You were doing your makeup when Tucked was on, and I like pulled you out twice because I was like, you have to see a close up of this eye makeup. It's so good. And it just like she just is so ethereal.
It's very regal too. Yeah. And like the little yellow knit mini dress is really a lot of fun too. I like it quite a lot. This is awesome. That's the thing.
I was like, I couldn't pick.
I have a hard time picking a least favorite out of this batch.
I don't have one. Yeah. Because my favorite part about this look is that it's two looks. It's a different look from the back than it is from the front.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's going to be like a caftan cloak, or like a tunic or a cloak or whatever. And again, the statement, but differently than Vivian's, because as big and heavy as Vivian's was, it was, I guess it's the wool of it all. It was
voluminous.
And there's just such a weight to this, and it's in the braids, and it's in like this, and she did this all herself, drip dyed herself.
Unbelievable.
And then she turns around.
Amazing.
It's so good.
It's pants.
And
the little pasties. It's super cute. I like it a lot.
Well, and then, whooshing.
Yeah.
She turns into Meek. And the headdress, like, And I've been saying this for weeks, and they did finally. Michelle made a comment. But the makeup, it's so good, but it's also fucking creative.
Well, it's
it's stripes on her lips.
It's Evie makeup. But she's made a comment in Untucked where she was like, yeah, you know, the girls just gave me some advice. It's this thing called blending. So funny.
Vivian. She was like, Vivian.
Yeah.
This is great.
I do. I love it, but
I do feel like we've seen it from her.
I feel like we've seen it, and I feel like we've seen it from Jinx. And so it's not that I don't like it, but it's also...
very safe.
It is safe. But I think she kind of knew she wasn't winning regardless, so... But the Marlena Dietrich works.
I like that it's sparkly.
Said, yeah. And apparently we don't even get the sparkles on TV.
This was so good.
Yeah. Like apparently a fan made it for her.
But
which, again, this is expensive.
You're very hung up on that, but you knit. So.
I crochet, and so I know how much yarn costs.
But how she manages
so much.
She manages to have a shape. Like she manages to have a silhouette, and they were so right. The leopard with the soft lavender. Yeah, it feels wrong.
Yeah. It's the only way I would wear leopard. I don't really care for animal prints in my own
So if you
clothes.
were like, if it was accenting something more,
then I probably would.
I don't know. And the color, the creamy lavender, and the makeup, and I guess she borrowed that wig from Monet.
Yeah, it's a great wig.
I don't know.
Do you remember when we were in like middle school and high school when the boys would do that? They would like buzz their hair and then dye it in leopard spots.
Kind of. I thought you were going to talk about Jackie's cow pants.
No, they were
fantastic, but that hilarious. Is such a bold.
It's so bold. Only Jackie could get away with that.
She was homecoming queen. But no, it is because you're right. I can't not see Karen Wheeler.
Yeah.
It's Cara Buono in Aspen. Like,
oh my God, totally.
And this little thing, whatever it is, it's perfect.
The little stuffed animal.
Yeah. I love this.
Love this. I think this is like up there for Monet looks for me this
with the
season.
Brown leather.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I haven't been loving her week to week looks, but this is really a lot of fun.
It's such a fully formed character.
Yeah.
I know everything. The lollipop,
the puffy jacket, and the hot pants, and like the only thing I'm gonna make one note. The only thing I wish is that it was Harley Quinn, so that like. The sides of the pants didn't match the sides of the top. I want it to be... I want one of them to be switched.
I was going to say, the wig is... It's completely sells.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that wig, this, like, thing she's doing here... forgives a multitude of sins. She could have been wearing I don't even know what, and this is already the bow. But no, the lollipop and the wig, and even the yellow, I think it needed the yellow nails.
Pop of something, yeah. It's great.
And I've always wondered, because I know that they can hear them because they've talked in behind the scenes stuff about like...
Yeah, but she responded right to them.
I didn't know that it was that in that real time.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was more...
Some of it was after the fact.
Like you overhear a little bit of something or I don't know. But no, apparently it's just happening in real time. Which makes me a little more impressed with the judges that... I mean, some of them have to have pre-written stuff, but... Yeah. She's so hot. That walk that they did in Untucked.
Well, it's a very fill my bucket with nothing but thighs.
I literally was like, oh my God, it looks like the big comfy couch.
I love the big comfy couch.
When she said it, you were like, oh my God.
I watched the big comfy couch well into my teens.
Well into high school.
Well into high school. The big comfy couch and Arthur and like well into high school. And so I have like so many fond memories of just like blissing out watching the big comfy couch. Not a care in the world.
Her makeup is so good. The freckles, the rosy nose.
Because what does she say? She's sicky wicky.
And then I love the two knits.
Yeah.
There's like the jumpsuit.
And then the blankie.
And the blankie is like even more egregious. It weirdly gives me the scale. Because I remember the big comfy couch, it was like an oversized set.
Yep.
And so
she was like a kid.
Yeah. But with this prop, it's giving me that. And
everybody commented, but the Afro Puffs are incredible. And again, with this lavender color, it just feels so cozy. I didn't even notice the buttons.
It should be open.
Well, sure. Okay.
This is so good.
Yeah.
It is what?
She's worn this before.
You think, oh, yeah. Nah, yes, but...
I'm not mad at it. It is stunning. It is beautiful, but I feel like she's got this very space opera, but make it woven. And, like, that is just Raja's vibe, and that is fine. I love it, but also consistently, almost every week, I've preferred what she wore in case she had to lip sync.
I love it. The thing that I like the most about it is it 100% fits the brief, but also if that weren't the theme, she could still, like, this gold, this would work. Space, this would work. Toxic Avenger, this would, you know what I mean? And so it's like, because some of them...
Star Wars, she said C-3PO.
She-3PO. But it's like some of them, it's like, it was so... And this isn't a negative. This isn't a bad thing at all. But it was, like, so knitted. It was so the theme.
Yeah.
And this has a versatility that not many... I think maybe Shea Coulee's had a versatility to it. That it I don't know. I was really interested in that. I mean, I suppose you're right. We have seen this.
It's just a lot of the same silhouette.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the corset underneath it though, with a little what are they, like peplums or?
Yeah, little hip bumps kind of. Oh, I didn't notice the bag before either. It's like a little mace kind of.
It looks like the designer Star Wars Barbies that they did, where they're very like.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was great.
All their lip sync looks were good too.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No, they were though. They always are. I love that because you even mentioned a couple weeks ago that like it kind of threw them for a loop because they didn't know they were going to have a separate.
I heard that. Yeah.
Runway look, and so they've all been kind of scrambling backstage to find extra looks. They're making it work.
I loved Vivian. Great. I loved her. Lady Gaga Perfect Illusion t-shirt and the water stunt with the big boobs underneath. I love her collection. So I have a book.
We wrote it.
Buy Fairytale on Amazon.com. It's about fairy tales. It's we pitch it. It's like kind of Gossip Girl meets Game of Thrones type of a thing. But
the main character, her name is Celine, and
she is very what Vivian's bringing. Like the wigs, the makeup, the nude lip.
Yep.
It is
not the tits.
No, she's not very chesty. But yeah, it's spoilers. She's the Sleeping Beauty character. And it like every time I'm like, so maybe Vivian just is going to play Celine in the adaptation.
Sure, let's do it.
Suddenly Celine has this like London. So, yeah, but it was great. Yeah, there's 4 more weeks left. Or was this the 4th? No,
4 more challenges. I don't know what if that's 4 episodes or 5 episodes.
There's 12. So 4 more left. I'm excited.
Me too.
And gonna be sad because I'm enjoying this so much.
Me too.
Yeah, so please like and subscribe. Bye. And comment and thumbs up. Thumbs up helps us the most. And yeah. That's what you think. Bye.
Bye.
This is the beginning.